I am young, black, and educated, and I'm not afraid to boast about that shit. I am...
Thomas Krieger.
I'm a thinker, so sometimes I like to rattle my brain and see if I could take my next thought outside of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just sit back and think, quote unquote, in the box.
Because they pulled that up, like you got a lot of flack behind a lot of things that you said, Kaya,
like
and
I
you
see you gotta respect me.
and they pulled that up.
Any way you see me.
Because I walk in authority, I feel like sometimes people mistake that for overconfidence. And because I'm black, I feel like most times people consider me as the other, especially being a young black man. I am more than just another nigga on the street. I am Coolyy.d. So I wanted to develop this project to create a sense of awareness, you know, just conversation, just interesting conversation. You know, I want to bring to the table something that just says something a little bit different about myself and just speak to other people who are similar like me. I believe that in order to make change, you have to ask yourself, are you doing enough in your own community to make a difference? And this is why I am putting myself out there to actually make some difference. I think brotherhood is a significant thing, especially in our community, because it's a sense of respect and it's also a sense of support. You know, I want to be able to show that brotherhood and to feel that brotherhood amongst other young men like myself. What do you think about like brotherhood?
I think brotherhood is itself more so of a friendship and things like that, because more people, they do need to start being more friendly to each other, not just always thinking so negative and always just trying to, fake it till they make it with the person. Like, stop trying to be friends with people just to get one specific thing out of them.
I felt the pressure in all areas of my life, and it stems from, me being myself. I think being myself is difficult for others. And what is not difficult is me being who I want to be. The importance of knowing my full potential means for me to keep extending myself to expanding knowledge into my mind and offering myself new ideas and being able to recognize that my journey is still ongoing. Perspective on black people's fascinating story is that black people are some of the most beautiful, intelligent people that are walking this planet. I feel that, there are so many commodities that are made after the things that we do, like creatively, especially like whether it's like box braids or just like a certain dance style or dance moves. These are things that come to us through intellectual before anywhere else. Like, our creativity is like, it's a thing that's kind of unmatched.
Ran into this girl, she said, why you always playing? Ran into this girl, she said, why you always playing? Ran into this girl.
So let me tell y'all a story. I'm gonna tell you how denim became such an essential and popular part of like clothing in America. So back in the early 60s during the civil rights movement, there was a group called SNCC. It was a bunch of black women. SNCC is the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. And during that time, they were doing efforts to not only expose themselves so people can hear what they were saying, but to also just bring light to a lot of social issues that were happening at that time. So basically, the women in SNCC and all of the students, they started wearing denim. When denim wasn't popular, fashionable, everybody else was just wearing regular, like, leisure clothes. And, you know, people started seeing that. Other college campuses started wearing denim. Student unions and student advocacy took another route. They started using fashion. And what I find interesting about this story is that when I learned about this story, someone's opinion about this story was, you know, these women were wearing denim, and they said that they were wearing denim because it covered their bodies, you know, and we know that black women have a history of having hypersexual bodies and showing their bodies, but to my knowledge, I also know black women also have a history of being abused and raped for their bodies. So these same women that were just trying to cover their bodies in SNCC and trying to make a purpose. This is a situation that I was able to speak on in class and engage, and I thought it was so important to just bring this up, because if you know your history and know what's important, you're able to educate the next person. How do you take on success? Like, what is your personal experience?
Well, personally, I think like success is completely individual. Everybody's gonna have their own version of success. So I feel like comparing different types of successes one to another really doesn't do anything at the end of the day. I mean, it does set a standard, it does set a bar, but I know that in my culture, that standard and that bar is definitely there because, you know, you have people coming from third world country into this country, and then it's just, okay, well, the success level here is having a car, having a house, having, you know, different things, monetary and material that define that success, but success, is, like I said, is just something that's completely individual.
I'm ready to just take over. I'm not afraid anymore. I am not afraid. I feel like I had to do that for me. Because now I'm just feeling like I could do this.
With mental health, like, there's a lot of trauma in the black community because, you know, as you said, like, black men deal with being black. They're black. Like, they have to be concerned about walking down the street and things of that nature. So.
Aside from my soul.